The end. That wasn't really the end. Unbearable bangs on the door. I walked slowly towards it, my heart racing with fear. The door creaked as I opened it slowly, revealing a room filled with darkness except for one faint streak of light. Suddenly, I heard footsteps approaching me. The space around me seemed to close in. Boom! That was my reaction when I opened my eyes. Terrified. And there they were. My mom, my dad, and my whole family calmly watching a ghost movie with a 5-year-old child. And that was me. Of course, I did what any sensible child would do. I switched it off immediately. That night, after watching that ghost movie, I felt like someone was following me. Someone was under my bed. Someone's behind the curtain. Someone was everywhere. That night, I declared, this is the end of ghost movies. Fast forward when I was 9. Like many kids my age, I had a strong opinion about math. Yes, I absolutely hated it. Now, that would have been fine, except for one little problem. My mom was the math teacher. Just imagine my situation. There was always a math book tucked in under my pillow. Every time my mom saw that, she would proudly say, like mother, like daughter. Because she truly believed I loved maths as much as she did, and thought I couldn't sleep without that precious book. But here's the truth. The moment I looked at the math book, my eyes would shut. Not because I was concentrating, but because I was falling asleep. And let's not even talk about my midterm maths result. They spoke for themselves. That day, I decided this is the end of maths. A few years later, I entered a swimming competition. My very first one. I was filled with excitement. There they announced, I need a code. On your mark, get set, beep! And then splash! My excitement drowned just like me. The pool was way deeper than I expected. I struggled, gasping for air. Thankfully, someone pulled me out, but I was disqualified. Embarrassment and humiliation, I ran out of the place, thinking this is the end of swimming. Now, audience, after hearing these 3 stories, you might think I'm an escapist, someone who runs away from fears and problems. But hold on, you have only heard half of my story. Let me finish it. Do you remember when I said it was the end for ghost movies? Well, that ending lasted just for one day. The very next day, I watched another ghost movie, but this time, my dad sat beside me. And guess what? I realized ghost movies aren't scary after all. Do you remember? I said this is the end of maths. The next day, my mom sat next to me, patiently explaining every single problem. It was still harder than solving my life problem, but I kept trying. Slowly, maths became less terrifying. And do you remember I said this is the end for swimming? The very next day, I went back to the pool and practiced even harder. My confidence returned and I was no longer afraid. Today, horror movies are my favorite. I laugh at my friends when they scream. Maths, it's now my best subject. Yes, you heard that right. And swimming, this year I'm participating in another competition, but this time I'm aiming for the medal. You see, sometimes we think it's the end, but often it's just the beginning of something better. Thank you.